Yes. Good morning. Am I audible?
Good morning. Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay, I'll start once again. I didn't know I was not audible. So here we go again. Good morning and a warm welcome to the Summer Opportunities Fair at Billabong High International School, Kanpur. Billabong provides to the students for a holistic development. One innovative step taken by BHIS is offering free college counseling to the students, which will guide them in the choice of the best university suitable according to their potential. Is it on?
Ma'am, I'm sorry to interrupt. Your camera is not on.
Ma'am, just a minute.
Yeah, Shonit, if you can please support Mr. Ashish. Yeah,
What is wait? Sorry.
yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being a part. I can see Rishi, Smriti. A big shout out and a hi to each one of you, and a very early morning for Utkarsh, who's sharing the same geography as me. So it's like 10 past 6 here, and we are super excited. And all our lovely children here in the school. So over to you, Ms. Bhomik. Sorry for this interruption. I just thought that I didn't want everybody to lose out on the energy and steam. So, Ms. Bhomik, if you can kindly step in, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. So once again, a very good morning and welcome to the summer organization. Summer Opportunities Fair at Billabong International School, Kanpur. Billabong High has provided multiple platforms to the students for a holistic development. And one innovative step taken by BHIS is offering free college counseling to the students, which guide them in their choice of the best university or college suitable according to their potential. And this is where Summer Opportunities Fair will give a further fillip to this endeavor. Like the previous year, a plethora of multiple opportunities have been collated for the students. And multiple organizations and 6 stellar universities have assembled under one umbrella, which will surely help our students to build an excellent profile for their future career. Before I introduce the eminent speakers, I would like to cover a few housekeeping rules. Today's webinar is live on Facebook and is being recorded. We will be able to share a link with you after the event is complete. We invite your feedback, and if you have a question for the speaker announced by Smriti ma'am at the end of the session, you can raise your hand and your queries will be answered. We have also disabled annotations and muted everyone for a truly immersive experience. And for the speakers, 8 minutes have been allotted to each speaker for their presentation. In case the timeline is exceeded, I will switch on my camera as a gentle reminder. I request all the speakers to abide by the timeline as we have a long line up of speakers. Now, without any delay, let me move forward with a brief introduction to each speaker, who are great luminaries and have been doing excellent and admirable work under the leadership of their leaders. I will be inviting the speakers as collated by a digital designer. So here we go on board with the first speaker, Ms. Mandeep Kaur, who is the founder of Tribes of Good, which is doing community service since 2018 and has encouraged hundreds and thousands of students from school and college. So I invite, and they have also won the Princess Diana Award in 2021. So I will invite now Mrs. Mandeep Kaur to take the floor. Over to you, Ms. Mandeep Kaur.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Good morning, students. Good morning, fellow colleagues. Really excited to see all of you in your classrooms. Normally when we have the webinars, we see small boxes, but today it's so nice to see these yellow, purple colors. So really excited to talk to everyone over here. So I am Mandeep. I'm the founder of Tribes for Good. Tribes for Good has been actively mobilizing people with causes. So we work with young people, we work with people just like you in high school. We start from grade 9th onwards. Someone who wants to act on issues that matter and create an impact, right? So if you are someone who looks at issues in and around you, you see poverty, you see homelessness, you see climate change, which is visible now, right? We can't ignore it. You believe in diversity and inclusion, you want to work on mental health. So these are the kind of topics that we focus on. Till now, we have nurtured, we have supported, we have encouraged curiosity amongst 500 plus high school students. We expose you to on-ground realities. We like to take your learning beyond books and make a meaningful difference. So how do we make this difference? We do this through our flagship program called Global Challenges and Social Justice. It's a 4-week summer program, right? So what happens in the summer program is there are 3 classes every week with us, with Tribes for Good, wherein you increase your knowledge. And from the 3rd class itself, you start working on a life project. And the life project is something that you're passionate about. So I have a very small presentation. Just allow me to share my screen and I'll show you one video first. Sorry, my laptop is acting a bit today. Can you hear it? Is it working?
Being a high schooler, I didn't really know what I could do to make a change in my society. When I came across Tribes for Good, I knew it was the right opportunity for me.
I'm sorry, there's some internet problem that I'm facing. 1 second.
And communicating with people, and by choosing the education and
Hi, so I'm so sorry, there's some internet problem that I'm facing. What I'll do is I'll quickly explain to you the topics that we work on. So we work on 10 themes. So we work on 17 sustainable development goals. Out of the 17 sustainable development goals, we focus on education, we focus on gender justice. Gender justice is a very big domain for us. In gender justice, we focus on human trafficking. We focus on women empowerment. We focus on LGBTQI+ also. And a very interesting topic that we have brought in now is breaking gender stereotypes. That is something that you see in and around yourself in your daily life. So when you're looking at picking a social impact project, always think about what is that I see in and around myself and how can I make a difference? If it's something that you have seen, it's your own lived experience, it is really interesting to make that into a passion project. Can you just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me?
Now we can hear you. Just for a second, we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. Like today only it's happening. Yeah, so I'll try sharing my screen again to show you the brochure. Just give me 1 second. So what we at Tribes for Good believe is that social impact is not age gated. We don't really have to wait to be old to make a difference. So we start with students.
She carried me on her shoulders from my childhood till today. She is becoming very old.
Sorry. Oops.
She can't able to bear me. She feels very tired. I really need to give her a break.
Sorry, the YouTube video started. I'm really sorry for this. Okay, I'm going to start sharing my screen again. I'll quickly take you through the brochure. All sorts of problems are happening today itself. Okay, so I think I'm facing like really bad technical issues. So I'm going to pause over here. I'm going to leave my email ID over here. If you have any questions, I would love to talk to you. And once the speakers are done, if there is time, I would love to talk to everyone again. Really sorry for this.
Thank you, ma'am. Maybe we'll come to know more later about your organization. Now we have Mr. Rishi, who is the founder and CEO of the Big Red Group. And it has been doing, it's an educational firm helping students build fundamental skills, which is so critical for personal growth. So now I invite Mr. Rishi to take the platform.
Thank you. Thank you, Nandita. Thank you, Preeti, entire family of the Billabong High School for inviting us here. I'm going to keep it really short for everyone and hopefully have less technical difficulties. A quick introduction about myself once again, but can I get a thumbs up if everyone can hear me well? For any of the students, hopefully I can see you all. Okay, perfect. So quickly, guys, a quick introduction, what you read. I went to a boarding school called Mayo College, Ajmer. I used to play squash for India since I was 14 years old, traveled all around the world, went to another high school in the US called Phillips Academy, and then went on to go to Cornell University for my undergrad, where I studied economics and government. We started the Big Red Group really with the sole focus to bring the best programs from around the world to your doorstep, or I would say now to your computer screen. So if you are looking to do something exciting this summer, which is on leadership, we have a great program on leadership called the Harvard YLC Youth Lead the Change. We have a great program on entrepreneurship called the Ivy Early Entrepreneur Program, where you don't just build your own startup idea, work on it, but also get a guaranteed internship with one of our consortium companies. We have something really exciting on literature for all of you who are interested in poetry. We have a course called Poetry in America Intensive, which also gives you a 1 credit by an American university that you can transfer across. For all the athletes out there, I don't know how much of sports you guys really play, but we have a very cool program called the Business of Sports 101, where we've got 13 professors from Deakin University, which is based in Melbourne, Australia, and Rajasthan Royals, who's partnered up with us to deliver this program. Every student who does that also gets a guaranteed internship with Rajasthan Royals moving forward. And the 5th program that we have is on robotics. So any of you who wants to really develop a robotic arm, be part of a really cool community and work on one of the SDG goals, which is on sustainable production and consumption, you can come and do that program as well. So we are looking at 5 different themes, from leadership to entrepreneurship, sports, poetry, literature, and robotics. So you have some of the best Ivy League professors from Harvard, Stanford, Yale, Brown teaching you these programs, and meet people from all around the world, make some exciting new friends. And if you have any more questions, please do reach out to me. So all I have, I don't want to show you a brochure, but I do have a very quick video for all of you to see. Please do email me. You can also go to thebigredgroup.com and see all of the cool programs that we are doing out here. Let me quickly share my screen and show you a quick video on all our programs, and hopefully that should be enough. Okay, so I'll just begin now.
I think Youth Lead the Change was one of the most different conferences that I've been to in a lot of ways. We learned leadership, public speaking, negotiation. All these qualities are quite vital as a leader.
I learned so much from the counselors. They give me so much good advice, which I'll 100% use later on in my life.
We take all our shared experiences about mentorship, leadership, effective communication, working as a team, and try to impart them on the younger generation.
Believing fervently that youth can create a difference to enact the social change that you want to see in this world.
So if you're a student who has aspirations and passions to change the world around you and make an impact on your community, come to YLC. We'll give you the skills and the abilities to make a difference in the world.
Okay, so that's all from my side. Again, if you're looking for a really cool program, as I said, anything in the leadership, entrepreneurship, sports, poetry, and in robotics domain, do come to thebigredgroup.com, and we hope we have a lot of fun.
We are now finally live.
Okay, sorry, I'm gonna shut that off. Cool. On that note, have a great week ahead, and over to you again, Nandita. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rishi. That was indeed very informative. Speaker is Mr. Utkarsh Amitabh, the founder and CEO of Network Capital, one of the biggest career intelligence communities. He is a writer too, and his new book, The Seductive Illusion of Art Economic work has become the bestseller. So over to you, Mr. Utkarsh Amitabh.
Hi, everyone. I hope you can hear me and see me. It's a pleasure to be here and to speak to all of you. I'm actually on my way from London to Oxford and about to catch a train. So I'm speaking to you along the way. Such is the beauty of the internet. You can connect with people from around the world on things that matter to both of us. So quick background about myself. I studied at INSEAD in France, working in the US, and now at Oxford, where I'm a Chevening Fellow. And I'm the CEO of Network Capital. We're a Facebook-funded mentorship platform that has been featured on Harvard Business Review, TED, and the World Economic Forum. I also write for HBR and the World Economic Forum. And the question that keeps me up at night is that how can we provide the right mentorship ecosystem so that every student on the planet is able to build his or her category of one. This summer, we're very excited to bring to you a module which will be focused on public speaking. if you look at the likes of Warren Buffett, Adele, Barack Obama, these are all people who struggled with public speaking, but with deliberate practice, they were able to improve their public speaking skills and eventually go on to become world leaders par excellence. So starting May 28th, we are going to bring 30 students, such as yourself, from around the world and work with them and prepare them to give an Inc-style, TED-style talk so that you can learn to communicate and scale yourself with the power of words. I have personally benefited a lot from immersing myself in this art of public speaking because I went on to debate nationally and at international levels. I'll be debating now at the Oxford Union. And I've also managed to, practice theater extensively, which has helped me connect with people from around the world and again, talk about Network Capital's mission and the work we do with students such as yourself. Now, the question that you want to ask yourself is that this summer, if you could do anything, what would that be and why you should do it? So I think that when you come to Network Capital and focus on something like public speaking, you embark upon a very interesting journey. The first aspect of this journey would be connecting with interesting peers from around the world. You will have your classmates from the US, Singapore, Australia, and you will get the opportunity to learn with and from them. The second is that once the summer school concludes, our association does not, because we are very interested in helping you through your college recommendation journey or through other internships that you might want to take up, because we are one of the world's largest mentorship and career experimentation platforms. Our partners come from very interesting organizations. Some of you could work there, some of you could do short part-time projects, some of you could eventually join them after university. And third is that public speaking takes a while to master. This is not something that you can hope to complete in 6 weeks, but over the summer, when you immerse yourself in the process, you will see a very tangible difference between where you were and where you are after the program. You will see the proof of your work in the form of a talk, which will be published on Network Capital's website, which receives millions of visitors every month. So what I'd recommend is that you check out the link, which I'm about to share in the comment section. And if you scroll down, you'll be able to see the videos of our participants from last year. And they were students all like you. Many of them made it to the top universities with scholarship. Many of them went back and told us that participating in family was an exciting, exhilarating experience for them. And our mentors or people who will be teaching us include people who actually given TED and Inc talks. I myself have given one and I'll be teaching you. Then there is Lakshmi Praturi, who's the CEO of Inc. She was the one who played a pioneering role in bringing TED to India. And then she set up Inc., a very interesting program that promotes voices of young people and share it around the world. You will hear from the likes of Kirtika Reddy, who used to lead Facebook in India and then in the Valley, and now is an investor. She's one of the people who is listed as part of our faculty. So in a nutshell, you will learn with some of the most interesting peers, you will learn from some of the most interesting teachers, and you will graduate with a published Inc-style talk on our website that you can share with anyone around the world. Because it will be on Network Capital's website, there'll be a sense of legitimacy. It won't just be a YouTube video, so to speak. And I'm personally really invested in working with each of you so that we can build something that you are truly passionate about. Public speaking has transformed my life for the better, whether it's Davos or Oxford or INSEAD or Wharton or whatever. It's allowed me the opportunity to really, share and scale things that I'm passionate about. In June, I have a new book coming out, The Passion Economy and the Side Hustle Revolution, where an entire chapter is dedicated to people who built upon intrinsic skills such as public speaking and then built something unique. So thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate this opportunity by your school and the opportunity by all of you to share this time with me. Please check out the comment section and feel free to connect with me anytime. Thank you.
Nandita ma'am. Ma'am, unmute yourself, please.
Okay, am I audible now? Am I audible?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, sorry for that. So Mr. Aman Baldia is a 27-year-old who has started Gyansthan Education Services and Enunciate School of Communication with the aim of helping students of India meet their true potential. So over to you, Mr. Aman Baldia.
Thank you very much. Hello students, hi. Just to check whether I'm audible, I would like all of you to just say hi, just wave your hands so I know that all of you are paying attention. Excellent. I'm sure all of you, I don't know whether all of you are excited about these summer opportunities or not, but everyone's excited about getting 2 free lectures to 2 lectures, which technically you were supposed to spend learning something. You are getting an opportunity to listen to all of us. I don't know whether that's better or worse. The judgment is yet out, but I'll try to keep it as brief and as interactive as possible, this entire conversation. My name is Aman Baldia, and I'm here to talk to you about a few summer opportunities which are going to be provided to you via my organization called Gyansthan in the form of intensive workshops, which are going to take place from the 23rd of May till I think the 3rd of June, where all you students are going to be given the opportunity to choose between different programs and learn a certain skill set, which will help you achieve your passion, your ambition in a better manner. Like nowadays, all you students, you don't want to become, I know, engineers, chartered accountants, doctors, those are the professions of the past. All of you are more inclined towards doing things which are back in the day unconventional. So to help you with those skill sets, we have this bunch of different programs happening. We had these happen last year as well. And a lot of students from your school had participated, 100 odd students. Can I check how many of you were there in Gyansthan programs last year as well? In summer programs, you could raise your hand. I can see some of you raising your hands. Excellent. We had a bunch of different programs. And what are those programs that we're offering this year? I'm going to quickly explain you via this short presentation. Is my screen visible to everyone? Yes? Excellent. So Gyansthan is basically an organization which has 15 different academies under it, which focuses on various different vocations, various different fields. And in each of the case, what we've done is that we've tried to tie up with one luminary, one celebrity from different field who've achieved a lot in that field so that they can create a curriculum under their academy's name, which will help you learn not only the theoretical knowledge about that field, but practical knowledge as well. So a lot of these people you must be knowing about already. I'm sure the most famous name is MS Dhoni, but along with that, Shamak Davar or Subhash Ghai or Salim Merchant or Alka Yagnik are people who achieved a lot in their careers, and they are now creating academies with Gyansthan to pass on their knowledge to all you students. For your school this summer, we've chosen 5 different programs which we think are going to be the most beneficial for all of you, specifically for Billabong High International School. The first one is Communication Skills Program by Enunciate School of Communication, a program, an academy which was started by me, myself, 4 years ago. What is this program going to be all about, or what's this workshop going to be all about, is where you're going to be taught public speaking. I believe one of the speakers before me as well spoke about the importance of public speaking. And I don't need to tell all of you how important it is. Doesn't matter whether you want to become the next Virat Kohli or the next Mark Zuckerberg or the next Shahid Kapoor. You need to be really good communicators to be successful in whichever field you wish to be a part of. And to help you achieve the same, the first workshop is going to focus on public speaking training. Now, this workshop is for people like me who are very scared of speaking in front of an audience, where you're going to be helped with a bunch of different ideas and suggestions about how can you overcome any kind of fear that you have when you go on stage. Things like how you're supposed to maintain eye contact when you're on stage, how you're supposed to use gestures, how you're supposed to move around on stage, your body language, how it's supposed to be positive, how you're supposed to modulate your voice so that you don't sound like those, those monotone Doordarshan anchors. You sound like your favorite YouTubers. That's what's going to be covered in this first program, which is going to be the Communication Skills Program by Enunciate School of Communication. The second program is going to be teaching you financial literacy because, of course, after learning how to communicate effectively, the second most important life skills which you need to have is how to make money and how to increase the money that you have. And for that, we're going to be teaching you financial literacy, in which, stock market. You must have heard about stock market. You must have heard about who's the richest person in India. Mukesh Ambani, it's Gautam Adani now, if I'm not wrong. And you must have heard about people like Warren Buffett and people like Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, basically people who make a lot of money using nothing but stock market. How exactly that stock market functions, how exactly prices change in the stock market, how exactly do you go about investing in the same, is something which will be taught to you in this intensive workshop, so that you can start, rather than just saving your money in a piggy bank, you can start saving it in the stock market. So that rather than it taking 25 weeks for you to buy a PlayStation, you can do that in maybe 10 or 15 weeks itself if your money compounds, or it may take you 50 weeks as well if your money goes down. So to learn how to make sure it increases, not decreases, the program for you is going to be Financial Literacy by Rishabh Shah, a gentleman who has started a bunch of different organizations. One of them is IIMUN, which I'm sure you all must be knowing of. It's an organization that works with your school and conducts MUN programs. So he, along with this academy, are going to teach you financial literacy, how to make sure that you learn the stock market works. The third one is chess. How many of you know how to play chess? If you raise your hand. How many students here know how to play chess? Excellent. The ones who don't and the ones who do as well. For you, this chess program is there. Chess-Based India, for the people who know how to play chess and who follow chess would know this organization already. It's the most famous chess organization in India. It's associated with every top or every famous chess player in India, whether it's Vishwanathan Anand, whether it's Vidit Gujarati, Nihal Varabdekar, all of them are associated with Chess-Based India. This organization is filled with international masters and grandmasters, basically people who compete for India in the World Cup equivalent of chess, who go across the globe and represent India in various chess tournaments. Those people are going to be training you how to play chess. There are going to be 2 batches here. For the students who don't know how to play chess at all, there's going to be a beginner's batch, which will teach you how to play chess so that you can differentiate between a pawn and a queen and a king. And for the ones who know how to play chess already, to help you perform better so that you can come up with various openings and closings, which are going to help you defeat your peers, your parents, and hopefully people in your state as well in the future. Chess-Based India is going to give you that first step towards getting trained, towards becoming the next international master of the country. So for students who want to learn chess, forget anything else, but just want to learn chess, because it's been told, I was told to learn chess when I was in school because my mom thought that if I learn how to play chess, I'll be considered smart. The jury is yet out about that. But for you, if you want to be considered smart as well, chess is another program for all of you to learn. The next one is Vedic maths for students who hate maths, who don't like maths at all, who think that calculation like multiplication, division is a pain and find it very difficult to understand all of that. Vedic maths is basically a technique which, the human computer, the Shakuntala Devi, you must have heard about that amazing lady. She used to do all those different calculations in her mind faster than a computer. The technique she used to use was Vedic maths. And for you to learn that technique as well, so that you can do calculations on your fingertips, so that you don't require a calculator to do 2 + 2. That's what this program is going to be teaching you, how to learn Vedic maths. And the last one is going to be Western dance. I love dancing, but whenever I dance, whenever I start moving my hands, people think there's an earthquake and they start running away from me. So if you want to be not like me and rather be a better dancer, Shamak Dawar is basically a dancer who's taught dancing to every famous Bollywood personality, from a Varun Dhawan to Shahid Kapoor to an Alia Bhatt. He and his troupe are going to be teaching Western dance to students who are interested. Dance forms such as hip hop and jazz are going to be covered, and you're going to be performing a dance as well at the end of this program. So these are the 5 different programs which are being offered specifically to students of Billabong Kanpur. For the students who are interested, You're going to get an opportunity to choose between any of these programs. Your school must have already passed on a circular to all of you to enroll yourself. Since last time we had a huge number, this time we're going to keep it on a first come, first serve basis. So make sure that if you're interested in any of these programs, register yourself at the earliest. The good part about these programs is that all their timings are different. So if you want to opt for 2, 3, or 4 programs as well, you can do so. Registration details you can get from your teachers or via the circular which has been shared by the school to you already. If it's not, they'll be shared soon. Have you got the circular? Yes or no? If yes, then raise your hand. Have you got the circular? Okay. Some of you are not raising your hands. So Preeti ma'am, if you could be kind enough to share the circular with everyone, that'll be great. On that note, have you understood whatever I've said? Or was I too fast? Was that I have this problem that teams speak too quickly and no one understands what I'm saying? But I was told I have 7 minutes only. So have you understood whatever I said? Show me a thumbs up if yes. You're like, yeah, please get done with it. Okay, I am done with it. Don't worry. So on that note, thank you so much once again to Billabong High International School for giving me this opportunity to speak to all these wonderful students. Looking forward to see a lot of you join us on 23rd. Back to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really interesting to hear the different programs. Now we have the next speaker, Ms. Shalini, who is the Assistant Director of Outreach of Indian School of Hospitality. She is skilled in sales, marketing, negotiation, B2B and B2C sales experience. So over to you, Ms. Shalini.
Hi, thank you, Nandita ma'am. A very good morning to all the students. I'm Shalini. I'm from Indian School of Hospitality. Ours is an international college. We have hospitality and management courses from Switzerland, that's from La Roche College, and culinary and baking courses, that's from Paris, France, basically, from École de Casse. École de Casse is the world's topmost colleges in culinary, started by Chef Alain Ducasse. And we are coming up with summer experience. I'm really excited. I'm excited to share with you that Indian School of Hospitality is inviting applications for their summer experience program, which will take place from 20th June to 25th of June. It would be a residency program. This is a great opportunity, I must tell you, for you to get a glimpse of the hospitality and culinary industry and experience life at Indian School of Hospitality. Our college is not a normal college. If you will enter the college, you will feel that you have come to any college overseas. So during this uniquely curated 6-day program, you will get to speak with their founders, faculty, students. You will meet industry experts, celebrity chefs. You will also go on field trips, have fun karaoke evenings, make friends, participate in a host of exciting activities, business workshops, and competitions. All of this will give you an exclusive sneak peek into the rewarding world of hospitality and culinary arts and introduce you to the diverse career paths you can pursue with leading brands and as entrepreneurs. Please note that the summer experience program has limited seats available and you are requested to proceed with the application as soon as possible to book your seat. In case you are already a registered student, any of you is already a registered student with the Indian School of Hospitality will get 50% discount on the program. For more details, you can connect with me. I've already shared the details of the college in the chat box. We have BBA in Hospitality Management. We have BA Honors in Culinary Arts. It's a 4-year degree program. We have different pathways. If you want to join after pursuing your 12th, you are most welcome. But to, have a feel of the journey, have a feel of the pathway, have a feel of the industry, summer experience is something you should join for. Students will be staying with Hyatt or Holiday Inn. They are our partners, so we will be providing stay. The fees includes all the stay, meals, everything. Looking forward to have you on campus. And with Billabong, this is our first initiative. I am hoping to have a good relationship with Billabong, and thanks to Preeti ma'am to entertaining us at the last moment. Thank you so much. I'm just showing you one video so that you can have a glimpse of our college. wherein you can understand the kind of college we have. Just 1 minute. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I'll start the video. I'm unable to start it. Anyhow, I'll share the video with you all in the format, and you can see there if that's okay. In the chat box, if that's okay with all of you. You're not able to play it. Anyhow, so I'll show you the brochure if that's okay. My screen is visible. Is it visible now? Okay, so we have different programs. Luxury accommodation is with us. Delicious and healthy meals we will provide. We will have a welcome and farewell lunch, nightly themed dinner and activities during the summer experience, workshops, trips, special speaker lectures we will have, and accommodation and transportation we will provide for everything. How to apply? There is a link on the website, and I have also shared the link on the chat box. You can apply through that, and there would be one profiling round. Once your profiling is done, we will have you on board. You have to register yourself for your summer experience. These are few of the pictures of the last summer experience before COVID, I should say, and students really enjoyed with us that time. There would be experience a dynamic education with Indian School of Hospitality. Immerse yourself in culinary arts, become a part of the diverse experience economy. You can see the glimpses of our college infra at the background of these pictures. And we have got exciting stuff in store with you. So if anyone is still interested, can apply and can fill the application. The last day to fill the application is 15th of May, and I'll be happy to help you all. I'm writing my details in the chat box also. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. That sounds so exciting. It will be a lovely experience for the students, I know. Now I shall ask my friend, Mrs. Smriti, to continue forward the program. Smriti, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we have with us the speaker from Ashoka University, Mr. Shaurya Cheema, graduated from Shri Ram College of Commerce and went to Australia to complete his master's degree in finance and management and accounting. He joined the Ashoka University in 2020 after returning from India, and now he works as the deputy manager for the Office of Outreach at Ashoka University. Over to you, Mr. Cheema.
Thank you so much, ma'am. A very good morning to everyone. And I'm just going to share my screen. All right, so today we'll mainly be talking about a few of the courses by Ashoka University, mainly by Ashoka X. So Ashoka X is a branch, I would say, an online interactive community that has been built by Ashoka University. The aim of Ashoka X is to just basically bring forward, our faculty, our platform, our learning experience, not just to the students who are studying at Ashoka, but to the general audience as well, which includes the high school students, which would also include working professionals and students who are going in colleges as well. All right. So basically, Ashoka X is that in its entirety. Ashoka X Horizon specifically is something that is looking after the high school students. So students from classes 9 to 12 can apply for Ashoka X Horizons and take advantages of the faculty that is there and the various learning experiences that are also provided to you, basically. All right. So just to give you a brief idea on how it works. So these are all online platforms. You don't have to go anywhere. You can pretty much attend these courses by sitting in your houses and sitting in the vicinity of your houses. Very convenient for you all. So Ashoka X Horizons, like I said, specifically is dealing with the high school students. So from classes 9 to 12, it's 10 hours of live, immersive learning with Ashoka faculty. Like I said, there are more than 15 courses now. Earlier we started off with 15 courses, but now actually there are about 19 courses that you can opt for. I'll also be going through a brief of the courses that we offer. Main aim and the main takeaways from this particular venture is peer engagement, learning support, and Ashoka certificate, obviously. So when we talk about peer engagements, these classes, these interactive sessions, they are not just something like, the faculty is going to come and they're going to just be talking to you, giving you a lecture. It's going to be very interactive. And when you look at the courses that we offer, they are actually really fun courses. I'll go on to the next slide and show that to you as well. But that's the main thing. It's not just a one-on-one discussion. It's an entire group learning activity. So you'll be interacting with your peers. You'll be interacting with the faculty. There'll be a lot of learning support that will be given to you. It's not something just specific to a faculty coming on screen, giving a 1 hour lecture, and then you going back. It's very, very interactive. So we already have had about 400, students from 150 schools and across 50 students who have taken up Horizons courses already. And if you want, you can click a screenshot of that little barcode that will directly take you up to the Ashoka Horizons website, where you can register yourself, and the courses, they'll begin from May 23rd. On to the next slide. So these are some of the courses now. If you have a look, popular culture and international relations, philosophy 101, no bakwas. So these courses, like you can pretty much figure out from the names, they are very, very fun. They have been modified and they have been made up in such a way that they'll be appealing to you high school students. So they are not just courses which will make you bored, in front of the camera. They're going to be very, very interactive courses. Measuring the Universe, again, a really, really interesting course, which I have also personally looked into. Understanding politics, practice, judgment, and science, the psychology of groups, creative and design thinking, cryptography, AI and the future of work, becoming a journalist. So if you can see, there's like a plethora of things that you can do. And at the same time, they are touching upon various disciplines out there. Another one of Ashoka's standpoint and Ashoka's main advantages is the multidisciplinarity and interdisciplinarity. So when we teach you in this manner, it's not just you studying philosophy. It'll be you kind of engaging yourself with a lot of critical thinking, with a lot of interdisciplinary learning. So all these things come into play as well. And these are some of the quotes by some of the students. You can read up what Megha is saying. Made me think critically about the subjects I was learning at school. So, critical thinking is very, very important to us in a way that we don't want you to just take away what we are teaching you in your lectures, in your classes, but for you to go back and think about things as well, and start using that knowledge, just not with respect to the aspect of what you're doing in your academic life, but also in your personal life as well. Apart from that, like I said, the applications are open right now. And you can go on to the Ashoka website and Ashoka Horizons website and register yourself. And if I can just show you, so this is the Ashoka X website. And this is what Ashoka X is, the website looks like. So for high school students or working professionals and for lifelong learning, which is for anyone and everyone to do. So you can just go on to the high school students tab, register yourself. You can see different disciplines and different courses for you to choose. The faculty is somewhat the best faculty in India as well, and they are the faculty that are also teaching the undergrads and the master's program within Ashoka University as well. And these are your details that we'll need from you: your name, mobile number, email address, school name, grade, areas of interest, and you can apply for the courses and begin as soon as 23rd of May. And I think, ma'am, that's it from my side. And you all can just go and explore the website. It's very, very straightforward. You can check out all the courses, various courses, popular culture, and I've already gone through. But once you look at all these courses in depth as well, you really, really understand, how these courses will work for you as well. And there's details on pretty much every course that we have to offer on this website, with the fee and who the faculty will be, when the starting time will be, and you can apply for any individual courses as well. So that's it from my side. Thank you so much, Billabong International School, for having Ashoka University. And I'm hoping for a lot of students to come forward and take up Ashoka Horizons. All the best, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was great information. And I'm sure with these plethora of opportunities offered by Ashoka, our students are going to be future ready and winners, definitely. So now I would like to invite Ms. Shikha Sood, who's joining us from Shulini University, and she would be speaking to our students. Thank you. Ms. Shikha Sood, are you there?
Yeah, Smriti, I just wanted to come in here. Shikha's having connectivity problems, so she would like to go last.
Okay.
If we can please move with the other speaker. Thanks.
So can we move with Atlas? Yes.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. So I would like to welcome Ms. Bulbul Chaudhary, who's in she's been in the academic industry for more than 22 years. And she's been in the art and design sector, a science graduate from and rank holder from Delhi University. She's been an all-round topper in NIFT, and she has handled accounts of some of the world's leading apparel brands. Presently, she is with Atlas. It's a skill tech university, and she's handling admissions and partnerships. So over to you, Ma'am Chaudhary.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So on behalf of Bulbul ma'am, I'll be taking over. My name is Ravi Anjana. I'm an IIM graduate. I have recently joined education sector 6 months back, and I'll be happy to introduce the summer school of ISDI Atlas. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you. I'm sharing my screen. So before introducing the very exciting and very different, I can say, summer school, I'll briefly introduce my college to you. Hope you can see my screen. ISDI, the School of Design and Innovation. We are in Mumbai, and also in Mumbai, we are in heart of Mumbai. That's BKC. ISDI has a tie-up with Parsons. It's a design school in New York. It's one of the best design schools in the world. And we have a curriculum tradition with whatever we teach in ISDI Mumbai. It has the exact same curriculum, the exact same exam pattern as the Parsons New York. We have 7 different streams. So we have a 4-year retest program, bachelor's in design, 7 different streams. So first year will be a foundation year. From second year onward, you can choose from fashion design, product design, interior design, communication design, and other courses. As you can see, for these are the design courses, and we'll do more of an hands-on rather than reading. So here you will be working more on workshops rather than actually reading the stuff. So we have mobile labs as specialization, we have robotic labs, we have product design labs where you'll be actually creating and working on the products. You can see the campus, you can see the library area, the lab area. We have sports amenities available. We have a multi-cuisine cafeteria inside the campus. We do immersions programs. So as we have tie-up with Parsons and more than other 25 international universities, we do semester exchange program with the universities, and also this immersion program where they can go either for a month or 6 months for a semester exchange internationally. We have during the college, they have separate clubs, separate councils. So they have a student council and they have different clubs. So for a photography club, film club, dance club, sports club, and they operate on their own. So it will be completely independent given to the students. And now, without wasting much of time, I'm coming to a school. Some school the past 7 years. But this year we are changing it a bit. We are giving it a theme called Chimera. As you can see on your screen, it's a mythical creature which has a head and lion and a body of a goat and again another head. and then they have a tail of a serpent. So it's a mythical creature, and whatever workshop we'll be doing for the summer school this year, we'll be doing on a basis of theme Chimera. Now, what will be the how will theme will work with the workshops? So we'll be giving you the Chimera, which is a villain of the story, and now we have to come up with the hero of the story, and then there will be a fight between them. So we will be designing the story. Will be the Hello.
I think we lost you in the middle for a while.
Okay, fine. I'm so sorry. There was some network issue, I guess. So now, can you see my screen now? Is my screen visible?
Not as of now.
Ma'am, can you see my screen?
No.
I'll reshare it. Now is it visible?
I believe there's a technical glitch at your end, so I think the screen isn't visible to us.
I'll switch off my camera and then I'll try again. Just let me know if you can see the screen.
Okay, now you're visible. The screen is visible.
Okay. Perfect. So I just switched off my camera so that I don't know if there's some network issue, I guess. So keep, I'll introduce again, basically the summer school 2022 on a theme called Chimera, which I was introducing earlier. A chimera, which is a mythical creature, and the theme will go in a way that all the workshops will be doing. There will be a fight between a chimera and a hero of your choice. Moving ahead. So we have two batches. First one is starting on 23rd of May. Another one is a June batch, which is starting on 13th of June. We have both the options available. You can do the online, which will be virtual or at your home, and you can come to the college, which is in Mumbai BKC, and you can do the offline workshop also. And students from 8th to 12th grade are eligible to apply. Obviously, it's a first come first serve basis. So once the seats are full, we'll be closing the admissions. And I'll quickly use the workshops. So here comes the interesting part. It will be a complete week-long program in which 5 days.
I think we've lost him again. So I would like to. I would like to invite Mr. Ramesh Mishra from OP Jindal Global University. Mr. Ramesh Mishra has been associated with the OP Jindal Global University as Director Admissions and Outreach Program. Previously, he was associated with Narsi Munji and Time Institution, and he has been training and guiding students and preparing them for entrance exams, group discussions, and interview preparations. So, Mr. Ramesh Mishra, please take the platform.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. And I will very quickly share my screen with one small video of OP Jindal University that will give you a glimpse of entire university. And next, I will share the PPT, which will give you a complete information about the summer school program. So that was just a glimpse of OP Jindal University. I will share a presentation. I hope my screen is visible. Yeah. Okay. So OP Jindal University is an institution of eminence deemed to be university. Given this accreditation has been given by UGC. We are located in Sonipat, that's in the NCR of Delhi. It's a complete, fully residential campus having an 80-acre of the space. Presently, OP Jindal University. Initially, we started with one law school. That's where we are clearly now #1 in India, #1 private university for as a private university, as well as #1 school for law. Presently, we have 12 schools offering more than 52 programs at UG and PG level, as well as doctorate level. These 12 schools caters to the non-STEM category, and we are very clearly a non-STEM university where we offer law, management, to international affairs, public policy, diplomacy, liberal arts, psychology, counseling, languages and literature, banking, finance, art and architecture, and we have a public health. Then this kind of programs what we are offering. It has been led by Professor C. Rajkumar, one of the youngest vice chancellor, happens to be at the age of 34 in 2009. I will just now, there is a lot of accreditations and credibility, which I can keep on speaking for next another hour, and I'm sure the time duration will be very short. So I will quickly move on to summer school program, what we have to offer. Initially, when we launched our summer school way back in 3 to 4 years, of course, it was offered in a offline manner where the students were coming across India and they were getting the benefits of, getting the complete experience of the residential program, and various kind of activities and learnings were there. Last 2 years of pandemic, it was not able to, do it in a right manner. And this year we thought of doing it in online. Initially, we started this registration in the month of January. It was completely offered for online, but just day before yesterday, because there was a lot of response coming, especially for OP Jindal University, they want to explore the university, have an experience of the campus life, and just to get a feel. Obviously, that will not be possible if it is an online mode. So we have decided we'll be offering this program even in the offline mode. The whole objective for the summer school program is to give them in a 10 days capsule session, just to give them the kind of an insight for each and every domain area, like whatever we have to offer from 12 schools, from law to business management to diplomacy to international relations. All these things will be given you in the capsule format, just to understand like what is exactly going to be covered and what will be the future prospects, which will help you to decide and to take a transition from high school to the higher education. That is the whole objective of the summer school program. This will be done not only in just a session format, which will be delivered by the academic faculty or the experts, but also from the in the form of the guest lectures. We'll be having a thematic workshops. We'll be having a skill workshops, career sessions. The projects will be an optional part where students will take a part in it, and which will be obviously dealing with them with other skills development also, whether it's a leadership skills, whether it's a communication skills, the presentation skills, everything will be getting a benefit out of that. We'll be having a lot of gaming and activity zones, and of course there will be the best project presentation will be getting a reward also in terms of cash prizes and other certifications. So a lot of activities will be having, which will make them a very fun loving. I can say it's a learn with fun. That is what the whole objective is for this entire program. It is a 10 days program. We are going to start this batch from 15th of June. The students from right now who are in grade 9, 10, 11, and 12 are passing in the year 2023. As well as those students who have just, they will be appearing, or they are appearing right now board exams of 12th grade, even they are eligible to apply for this particular program. On completion of the successful program, they will be awarded a certificate, which will be always helpful when they are completing their portfolios and other things. It will be offered in both online and offline. Offline mode, it will be at the campus, which includes this fee structure includes everything. There is stay, the lodging, boarding, gym, and whatever things are included in there, everything is included in this 30,000 rupees. For online, since earlier we have decided to go online where there will be no fees, so of course that we are continuing. We will not charging if somebody is opting only for online program, but yes, we are also giving an option to come for an offline. So you can visit our website, that is aispjgu.edu.in, and you can mail and you can reach out to me through email ID. I'm also putting this entire information in the chat section. and I will be happy to take the questions if at all anything is coming up. Yeah. So thank you, and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure the children have benefited from the information that you have just offered. And the next speaker we have is Mr. Sohail Mateen from Flame University. He's a senior manager, admission and outreach, and he has 12 plus experience of career and college counseling. And he has a host of certificates and degrees tucked under his slender belt. So here we go. Over to you, Mr. Sohail.
Very good afternoon to everyone, and thank you so much, Billabong Kanpur, for giving us this opportunity for the interaction. So over the course of this presentation, we are going to talk about the summer immersion program offered at Flame. And for most of you, this is very, very important. I can see the students from class 9th, 10th, 11th, and you guys will be interested to apply to many Indian universities and foreign universities after your 12th. So a summer immersion program is always helpful because you talk about your non-academic engagements, and we believe in a holistic admissions approach. So a summer school is always very, very helpful for the students. Before I go into the details, I would like to just share a small video so that you can have the understanding of what is the Flame University's SIP program. Ma'am, can you just confirm if you can see my screen? Can you see my screen, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there's a small 2 minutes video for everyone, which will give you some insights about the summer immersion program.
Sorry, there's no sound. We are not able to hear anything. Hi, Sohail, there's no sound. If you can please check from your end, there's no sound. Smriti, if you can please step in.
Mr. Sohail, all we can hear is see the video, but we cannot hear anything. We can't.
All right, I'm so sorry for a technical glitch. I'll just share the link of the video with the students so that you will be able to hear it. So let me just run you through a small short presentation. Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Is it visible?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much for confirming, ma'am. So Students Flame University is the foundation for liberal and management education. We have been pioneering liberal education for the past 13 years. It's a state private university and fully government recognized through the UGC body. And this is based on this is based out in Pune, Maharashtra. So we offer the undergraduate program in liberal education with more than 350 plus combinations. And for the grade 9th to 12th students, we have something called a summer immersion program. So the summer immersion program 2022 will be an offline program which will give you the first-hand understanding of the liberal education concept. So those who are not aware and they want to have a more informed decision about their graduation, so this is really a very helpful program of 2 weeks. The curriculum which is designed is totally interdisciplinary, and the focus here is to train the young minds in the skills like critical thinking, research, and this will be done through leadership, teamwork, and effective communication. The program will help the students to strengthen their skills through a mix of academic and non-academic courses, which provide a strong foundation, to decide and success during the college and beyond. The content of the summer immersion program, you can see the following points on your screen right there. The modules which are covered during your 2 weeks residential SIP is the number one, fast and fun way to learn German. So you are getting the opportunity to learn foreign languages, digital footprints, exciting world of data visualization, gender portrayal in social media advertising, biology and conservation of sea turtles in India, dance, something related to English literature, then the financial literacy and the marketing. So you can see that there is focus on interdisciplinary studies. So maybe the conventional courses you have not studied at the school level, but you are exploring the same during your summer immersion program, and taking forward the same will be offered during your undergraduate program after your +2. So again, you have a lot of learning opportunity. These are some of the regular faculties and the notable scholars which you can check on the website again. So all these will be taking care of the learning aspect at Flame during your SIP. You also get to interact with them. There will be mentorship program which will help you in deciding the subjects which you should opt for your graduation, and how you can use your SIP in the best possible manner. Flame University, as I said, is based in Pune, Maharashtra, and we offer a residential undergraduate program. So the campus is absolutely beautiful, and it is located in a valley which is as good as a hill station. And you will see there is a sports complex of 1 lakh square feet. So a lot of learning opportunities and recreational activities are there. During your SIP, you will also enjoy, that's a picture of the cricket stadium we have within the campus. And let's have a look at the dates and how you can apply for the summer immersion program. So we have 2 batches upcoming for grade 9 to 12 students. The first batch is starting right after the 10 days from today, starting from 15th May to 28th May. Second batch will start from 26th June to 10th of July. It's very easy to apply for the summer immersion program. All you need to do is start with an online small application form where you fill your personal details, your education details. You have to submit the mark sheets of last 2 years. So if you are a 9th grader, you will submit the mark sheets of 7th and 8th, and so on and so forth. And there will be a statement of purpose. So there is a link to start your application form. I'll share the same link in the chat box. And the step 2 will be after the submission of documents, you have to pay for the SIP program. The fees is 50,000, which is inclusive of the service tax. This covers your residential cost, food cost, everything for your 2 weeks program. This video I cannot run because of the technical glitch. I'll just share my contact details in the chat box. Again, you can also take a screenshot of the same, and I'll be happy to connect with the students. Lastly, I recommend you to follow us on Instagram page, and where you can connect with the alumni of Flame University. You can see what is latest happening, the events, the student activities, what they all are going on. So you can check all these things on Instagram and Facebook page. And the link which I'll share for the video, that will give you the student feedback about the program, what we have to offer. Before I leave, I'll just share a small eligibility information with the students of 9th and 10th students, because you guys will be deciding your subjects in the next classes. So those who are looking for liberal education and particularly major into economics or into computer science, maths is a mandatory requirement for everyone. So just explore these kind of subjects, and come for a SIP program with us for 2 weeks. That will give you a lot of information and to make a more informed decision again. With that note, I thank you so much. I thank everyone, all the students, and thank the school management for giving us this opportunity. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. The next speakers we have is from Vijay Bhumi University, Mr. Siddharth Jetli. an alumnus of Georgia Institute of Technology, USA. And he is handling the research and industrial progress for startups, educational institutions and companies in India. And we have another speaker from the same university, Ms. Smriti Singh Bhati, who's a career coach and has been in the education sector for 21 years. And she's the Senior Manager, School Connect at Vijay Bhumi University. So we would request you to take the platform.
I believe I would be audible, guys. First of all,
audible, Siddharth, you're audible, perfectly audible.
Yeah, cool. So guys, first of all, clap for all of you. Just clap. Let's do a clap. Guys, you have sat down 1.5 hours and gone through a lot. So a lot of information that you have gone through. So I would try to keep it interesting, short. Obviously not my real face, but too many humans you have seen for the day. So I'll try to change something for you guys. Correct. Maybe someone wants Batman or something, I'll add that too. But coming to my point, I'm Siddharth. I'm representing B Singular. And I would say in a very simple objective, in the case, whatever summer camps you look at, whatever things that you will be looking at, one thing you should be looking at should be fun, should be engaging, should be something that you have a learning right now, something that will keep you interested and have something that is better for your future. And finally, should be offline. 2 years, I think we have done enough of online. So let's have some freedom to go out, to gel up with other people and to use this along with our physical motion right there. So the program that we are having, it's a 2-week global residential program. It's called Summer to the Future 2022. It's happening between 6th to 19th of June at Vijay Bhumi University. And it's down in Mumbai, in Kajra. And if you can see the background of Ms. Smriti Singh, what you would see is up in the hills. So a very good place for everyone to be. You'll have in-campus experience. Best part of it is you'll also get an international certification from TU Dresden. That's one of the top German universities. So once you guys want to graduate, especially the ones sitting in 12 CB, 3 of them probably and more of them, 11 IG, 10 CBSE, all of them, it would be a very good opportunity for you to learn. Along with it, what would also have is that there are various industrial partners that we have and mentors that would be coming that would be helping you go through the learning. So what I'll do is I'll get into the brief about it. This is something about me. I'm representing B Singular. I have my master's from Georgia Tech, that's world top 4. MIT is world top 1. I've been research assistant at IIT Delhi, and I've been in the edtech space for over a decade now. And I've mentored a lot of students like you who are now in top universities as well, doing well in life. So the education is something that I like to be. Just a very small introduction about B Singular. B Singular is basically a learning platform in which we teach students on various skills, future-related skills, technology, entrepreneurship, leadership, all these kind of things are being catered. That is what we do. We are part of BEST Group. These are the kind of things that we have. We have our own industrial setups in which you get the opportunity to work on real-life skills, industry visits, and various kind of things is that we have. This is how the weeks would be planned on an overall. Week 1 is where you'll be learning a lot about technical stuff. You'll be learning some technology ideas. You'll be learning about how things are being developed. You'll be learning skills of entrepreneurship. You'll learn about how to make your own business ideas. So end of the day, the objective of the program would be as a team, as a student, you will be learning what entrepreneurship is. You'll be able to create your own business idea that would be based on technologies of the future and solving some global challenges based on United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So it's a real life project that you'll be learning. Along with it, you'll have various kind of activities that are also planned. Obviously, certain visits, like you'll be actually going to, I believe you guys know about 3D printing, right? You would have seen 3D printers. So Status is one of our collaborators. It's one of the first companies that actually started 3D printing in the world. So they would be going there. You'll be actually visiting their places. You'll be having a lot of trekking, camping, music, art, all these kind of activities are also that would be part of the program. So what we are trying to provide you is trying to help you with your academia, trying to help you with how your learning currently is, trying to help you with what your future would be. In all of this, you'll be learning a lot while you're going through it. You'll be having professors from top-notch places, from Harvard University, Singularity University, from German, from IITs. So all of this would help you on how you're planning your life forward. Along with that, you already have your career counseling that is being done here. You'll also have opportunity to have career counseling at the program that will allow you to understand how do you want to apply to various kind of universities outside. And since you will have mentors from these top universities available to you, you can also have those kind of discussions about what kind of fields that you want students to actually want to get into colleges, which kind of universities may be the best fit for you guys. So it's a complete, I would say, holistic program that is there. So a brief about the partners, I would say, TU Dresden, I already told you about the top German university that is there. Kalyani Group is where you're actually going to go and see how real world robots work. You're actually going to get the opportunity to work with them. At Stratasys, as I told you already, it's a 3D printing place. You'll be actually going and learning how 3D printing happens. At Bias Technology, you're going to learn with them in the German side. They're going to come online. They're going to tell you about how you can control various kind of robots, how industry works and how future technology works and how they work on real life solutions. So you guys can take a lot of cues on developing the kind of solutions you want to do. QGlue is one of the leaders company when you say design thinking. Anyone who knows about design thinking or may have heard about design thinking, it's about how you use this thing that we have over our shoulders, our head, to ensure that we are solving problems. Companies like Uber, Microsoft, Apple, all the top giants that you see across, they use design thinking as a place. Now, why this program is relevant for you right now? If you look at India over the last, I would say, decade or so, we have over 100 unicorns as startups. So right now, with how technology is being working, a lot of companies and a lot of people who are not having even science background, they are using technologies to create impactful businesses, to create unicorns. I imagine some of you maybe going into art, you can actually learn how 3D printing happens and create your own furniture in real world. That is, some people are doing. Using 3D printing in medical science, people are creating art, right? People who like probably sketching, they can actually do sketches and then create 3D printed material. They can use AI to create various kind of models that they may want to. So what is basically happening now is, if you see across the globe, students like you, with these kind of understanding at an early age, by the time you come to and you complete your graduation, you already have a lot of ideas and understanding by which you can create your own unicorns in the coming time. And this is what it would be about. So if you look at the program in a nutshell, you are having a lot of opportunities that you're getting in very short things. Business development, you'll be learning about how business ideas are, how you make your own company, how do you marketing, how do you digital market, how do you think about a product or a service that you're going to release. In terms of technologies, augmented reality, if anyone knows about Pokemon Go, you use Snapchat, Instagram, all of that is augmented reality around you. So how augmented reality takes place. You can learn about AI, robotics, 3D printer, Internet of Things, all the technologies that you use day in, day out. In terms of your fun and learning activities, if you look at, you have trekking, camping, music sessions, sports, art, all of this is a part of it. What do you get added to it? International certification, that is going to help you while you go in the future. Your on-campus living experience, you're going to learn a lot. Mentors are going to be from top universities, you're going to have industry visits, career counseling, and you may find your own future startup members. I'll send all the details on the chat, but this is how it is. You can go to flp.bsingular.com. Early bird 7th May, you'll get very discounted price, and the last date to register would be 30th May 2022. Thank you everyone, and have a great exponential day.
Thank you, Sudha. Thank you so much. And I'm really happy to be here. A very good morning to everyone who's present here. And a loud shout out to all the students who've been here since the morning. Thank you very much, Preeti ma'am, for creating this exclusive and a very different platform for your students to bring in summer programs to the school. So why summer, and why a summer school, and why should we actually go about it? So starting from why summers, right? Anyone can, I mean, I don't know whether we are allowed to unmute ourselves or not, but why summer, right? So summers to avoid Google Baba, to avoid a little bit of Netflix, to avoid animes and the BTS and the NCTs and whatever keeps us engaged all the time. The video games that we play, I can see a lot of smiles on the faces of the students by the name of BTS and NCTs and Netflix and animes. And I hope all of you, do you watch all these things or not? Can I see a raise of hands? How many of you are anime fans? Which was the last anime? Like, you know, I watched the Demon Slayer. Is there anyone in the room who watches Demon Slayer? Oh, there are a lot of them. I can just see it in the class. There are a lot of Demon Slayer people who have watched Demon Slayers, right? So that's one of my favorite series that, you know, I've been following very, very honestly. But why summers? Where, you know, it's very interesting to tell you all, dear students, back then, and Preeti ma'am would relate to me. So, you know, we were exposed to the Chacha Chaudharys and the comics that we could actually lay our hands on, which was very less in number. But thanks to the opportunities like this, which can create and give you a whole 360-degree vision to whatever is happening around the way, you know, metaverse is coming in our world, we need to shift gears according to what is happening around. And a summer initiative or a summer program actually makes you immerse in one of such experiences. So it's very important for you. I can see a grade 9th, I can see a grade 10th, a grade 12th, and a grade 11th. You know, it's very important for all of us to engage in something deep, which is beyond our classroom, which is not taught in our classroom, which we need to experience on our own. Now, at Vijayabhumi, what we have designed is a very simple program, which is oriented out of research. What I call research is a growth mindset. Research which not only dives into our favorite Google Baba, but research which is beyond a lot of other things, which actually takes you to a deeper understanding of the concepts of things, where an individual like a young kid who's as old as 16 years can publish his or her own research journal. So let me be very, very particular on this thing, that the research initiative from Vijayabhumi University gives you this opportunity to write and publish your own research journal, which and with the name of the Ideas Journal. And we have published the volume 1. And I'll really tell you that you have mentors from the university which will handhold you. Every week they will be with you, trying to develop and make it possible for you so that you can reach the level where you can write your own journal. Now, why is it important for all the students who are looking at a university, who are looking at a transition from grade 12th to the colleges, and from grade 11th, you know, they're trying to build on profiles from grade 10th and 9th. All of you should look into this thing because it's very unique. So we wrote, you know, I mean, I won't say that we wrote, students who are as young as you are wrote something on customer centricity and its added benefits. They wrote something on, you know, which is a very different topic altogether, which I should share with you, understanding neoliberalism as a tool in the US nation's building process. And I should tell you that this comes from a high schooler. Someone wrote about, you know, like gender discrimination against women in workplaces in India, and the abstract and the prototype, everything is developed under the guidance of professors, right? So this is one of the most important thing, that there is a research journal that can be published by a high schooler under the mentorship of a professor who is working with students who are actually trying to build something which is called as research, right? That's the most important thing. Now, the second thing that comes to you is that every week we check your progress. This takes 3 months to come with the first draft of it. And trust me, kids, it is a lot of hard work. It is actually a lot of learning, reading, and it requires a lot of determination as well. So I would really love to see some applicants. If you have some prototype, if you want to actually develop something that is in your head, please go ahead. And these are some of the details. I've shared my email address. The research initiative brochure is obviously already shared. So that'll be soon, I think, shared in your classes as well. I would love to see you at the other side where we talk about how do we actually write a research journal. Hope you all have a great time ahead, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So I'm sure the bhumis or the campuses of all the universities and institutions present here are going to make our students Vijetas. So now I'm going to just open the floor for questions, but I mean, I'm really sorry that, because of, we've run out of time. So I would just request a few children to, raise hands and, ask questions. So a parent, Monica Narayan, has raised hand, and I would just request her to take the platform, followed by 10, 11 IG and 10 CBSE. Ma'am Monica, you have a question, please. And I think she's unable to unmute. I think, yeah, I would request.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah, there are a few 11 IT students sitting over here who are keen at certain aspects. So they've written down their questions, and so one of this is Mr. Prithvi Raj Agarwal. So he's 11 IG students. He's very good at his academics. So he just saying that may I know how we will be going through the public speaking training, as I'm always prepared when it comes to my academics, but I'm really hesitant in public speaking, which is a very key and important skill for today's day and age. So ma'am, please guide us through it.
Excuse me, Femine ma'am, the student has to specify who the question is directed to. So which university or institution is he talking about?
So there were two. So he's asking generally from both of them. One is Gyanstan and one is the communication.
Okay, so I'll request the speaker from Gyanstan to take this question.
Sure. Could the question be repeated, please?
Yes, sir. Just the student is just here.
I can repeat the question for you, Aman. The question was that this child is already oriented towards academia, but the public speaking part of it is very important for a personality. So how do you basically go about the public speaking part?
It's a very simple thing, I'll tell you. See, I'm sure I'll give you an analogy which you will understand very easily. All of you nowadays, you must be seeing the trailer of Heropanti 2, that movie in which Tiger Shroff is acting. And you must have seen that he has an amazing physique. Now today, if I decide that I'm going to have a physique like Tiger Shroff, and I want to have 6-pack abs, 8-pack abs, and I'm going to have those muscles all over my body, I have to try to work on my body. And for that, I'll have to go to the gym. Now, I can go to the gym today and decide that for 48 hours, I'm going to keep working on my body till the time I don't have a body like Tiger Shroff, and only then come out. Do you think that way I'll be able to achieve my target? Yes or no? Like, you can just nod or say no. I can see you. No, right? That's not possible. It's of course not possible. It took him years, it took him months, it took him maybe decades to achieve that kind of physique that he wishes to have and what he has right now. What I'm trying to tell you as this analogy is a very simple thing, that whatever you wish to achieve in your life, it takes a little bit of effort towards achieving the same. And for that, you need to take the first steps towards improving the same. What this workshop is going to do is going to give you a bunch of different, different exercises which will help you tap upon your potential when it comes to various different elements which are there of non-verbal communication or public speaking, which includes your body language, eye contact, voice modulation, etc. It's going to give you a bunch of different exercises, which is going to help you improve and enhance your communication capabilities. Because as you rightly said, public speaking, it doesn't matter what you wish to become in the future. It's going to be a very quintessential part of your future, and that's why you need to work on it on a daily basis. So once you come to know that what exactly are the things that you need to do in order to improve your communication capabilities, only then you'll be able to work on the same, right? So to help you take that first step is what this workshop is going to do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That was really helpful.
Thank you, sir. I would invite Shuja Chakravarti ma'am from your class. I believe you know their questions. So I would request you to unmute and ask the question, but please be specific who you are directing the question to, so that the question can be answered by the concerned person.
Good afternoon, teachers. I hope I'm audible.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for this wonderful presentation. My question was specifically to Rishi sir, the Big Red Group. So my question was that what are the requirements to get into your summer program related to entrepreneurship? Because I'm a commerce student and I'm actually interested into getting into business.
I believe the gentleman is not in the room right
Mr. Rishi, okay. So I think, you can connect directly with us. You can connect directly through their site, and probably your questions will be answered. So do we have a question from 12 CB?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, 12 CB. I think if you are, please move on to 9SC, and this is going to be the last question for the day. Children, I believe your questions are very generic, and I'm sure whatever information you're looking for will be available on the sites of these institutions and universities, and there'll be people to help you there. So we'll take up the last question from grade 9.
Okay, ma'am.
9SC, please.
It is 10 CBSE, and one of our student, Kritika Khanna, wants to ask from Gyamsthan, Mr. Amal, I guess. So, Kritika,
yes, actually, my question is regarding the communication workshop. I wanted to ask if we'll be getting any sort of certification and how it would help us on future job applications and resumes.
So yes, all our programs are certified. You will get a certificate at the end of it. Sadly, in the Enunciate program, the communication program, the certificate will be signed by me, though some people do take my signature seriously. So don't worry, you can use it in your resume. I'll help you in your future. At the end of the day, certificates are something which is just going to help you get through the interview. What will matter the most is how do you crack that interview, how well do you answer the questions which are asked to you in that interview, and that's what we're going to teach you. But when it comes to resume as well, of course, the person will come to know that you focused on this one very important life skill, which is communication, and you worked on the same as well. And in today's day and age, it doesn't matter whichever field you're applying for. People are looking for smart orators. Look at all these wonderful gentlemen and women who spoke today. They are all amazing orators. That's why they are working and they are owners of such wonderful organizations. So yeah, it's going to be, of course, seen positively by anyone who looks at that certificate in your resume in the future.
Thank you. So before I invite our CEO to deliver the vote of thanks, the last word from me. This lineup of speakers today was collated not on the basis of any particular preference or order, and this was totally, due to the digital designer's credit. So I hope everybody understands that, and I would now request our CEO and founder, Mrs. Preeti Agarwal, to take the platform and deliver the vote of thanks.
Yeah, so a big thank you and a heartfelt gratitude to each one of you to have patiently survived the 90 minutes. on mute mode where our students, were put on mute. Apologies for that. The reason, and I really want to thank Siddharth for using Metaverse. Fantastic. You are actually future ready. Today, what we are just trying to put together is the plethora of opportunities that the world has to offer. So you would see an Utkarsh, who's in transit and who's moving to Oxford and connecting with you, and Aman, who's in Mumbai, likewise Smriti and Siddharth, and the hospitality, a platform, the various universities. So this is what the world is now. And communication is just the tip of the iceberg, and Billabong is there to create and help you create your destinations, your opportunities. So a very big thank you to all of you, and we look forward to working together and year on year moving from positions of strength. So thanks everyone, and thanks Smriti and Ms. Bhaumik for have patiently endured us and helped us smoothly through this. So have a great day, everybody. And to all the lovely children, these opportunities are just the stepping stone into your very bright futures. So thank you, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Preeti ma'am.
Ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
I think a question everyone has, Siddharth, is how did you do this? Like, can I do it as well? Like, can I? I'm sure all the students want to learn this as well. How to have that animated.
Yeah,
You can
Siddharth, I think.
You can
Yeah.
join Be Singular. I'll teach you.
Yeah.
One-to-one session.
Smart.
Yeah.
Right. But it's looking good.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, to be a part of that. It's just that we can't go down that way because we don't have the requisite software support.
Yeah.
But it is a twin-edged sword because there are a lot of hackings and a lot of issues around it. So Siddharth, you need to apprise us on those as well.
Siddharth,
Just
can
to
we see your actual face?
Yeah, sure. Give me one sec.